Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday here from Bay Path. That music means one thing. We have our weekly football preview with Coach Giampa. We're excited once again to dig deep into what's going on in the world of our sports programs up here. Coach Giampa, nice to see you. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. You?
Outstanding. Thank you very much. You know how much I do like this opportunity to be able to have these conversations about the upcoming games and talk about our kids and things of that nature. So let's get right to it. Last week we had a great game against Diamond. It didn't turn out in our favor, but there's always takeaways from opportunities like that. So let's break that down a little bit and let's talk about last week's game.
Yeah, I mean we obviously didn't play very well. We didn't coach very well, so we got to do a better job of that on all fronts. I thought our defense played really well. We put our defense in some bad situations, and I thought again for them to only score 14 points offensively, I thought our defense was outstanding. Going some growing pains offensively, but we just got to keep working, keep getting better. And Diamond's a really good football team, like we said last week before we played them. They're a good team. So when you play good teams, you can't make mistakes, and we made too many mistakes to win a game.
And part of being a kid is understanding of those mistakes and rectifying it and working on them in practice to ensure that we don't make those again. You know what? It's part of the journey. It's when you face adversity, you're always measured by how you respond to that. And it was a great game, 7-7 coming into the half. In the second half, just a couple of blips on the screen, and all of a sudden it becomes a couple touchdown difference. It can happen. It can happen. So, what are your plans for this week in preparation to move forward from that?
Yeah, I mean, we address, Monday we watch film and we do a walkthrough. So we address, the problems that happened, but again, not in a critical way, because there's nothing, nobody wants to win more than the players do. So it's one of those things like you can get on them, you can yell at them, but if a kid makes a mistake, no one feels worse about the mistake than the kid does. So you really, if you're gonna, come in on a Monday or a Tuesday and start getting on the kid and yelling at the kid, and I mean, the kid already feels bad. You're just piling on. So it's really not, in my opinion, I'm sure there's different opinions on that, but that's how I feel about it. I don't think it's overly beneficial to crawl all over the kid and try to make him feel worse. Nobody feels worse than the players do after a loss. Nobody wants to win more. I mean, with the work that they put in and the effort that they put in, nobody wants to win more than the players do. And that's coaches included. I mean, the kids want to win more than anybody. So, we focus on just like what happened, why it happened, and then how we can grow from it. And then we move on. We go back to work on, Tuesday. We had a great practice on Tuesday. I thought we had a really good practice yesterday. And we just get back to work on focusing on that day and what we can do that day to be better for tomorrow. Because again, Friday's over. We can't control that anymore. That's all done. And then if you spend too much time worrying about that, then you're not going to be ready for Saturday. And that's no good either. So we just worry about having the best practices we can, try to fix the mistakes, but with the understanding that, they happened and they're going to happen. It's part of football. It's part of having young kids playing. And, we just try to keep working every day to be better.
Yeah, it's part of life, actually. So I consider what all these things are teachable moments. And, you grow from adversity. There's no doubt about that. And again, you're right. Everybody wants to win, and kids want to win as well. So do coaches. But at the end of the day, how we rebound from that is critical. And I know that you guys have done a great job. I walked through, I saw some practice. The energy was high. That's what you need to do. I mean, you get knocked down, you get up again, and you just get back in the saddle and go. So looking forward to that. And let's talk a little bit about Saturday's opponents. Again, another team that we don't see a lot of. What do you know about them? And talk about how you're preparing to have our kids be at the optimal level of success.
Yeah, so they're another good team. I mean, there's no easy weeks on our schedule this year. I mean, it's just really good team after really good team, playoff teams, state championship contending teams, favorites in some of the divisions. So there's no easy weeks for us, this year. But that's just that's kind of the level that we want to be at. Those are the teams that we want to be playing. So in the Northeast is no exception to that. They're big, they're physical, they move fast. They do a lot of different things defensively and offensively that cause teams problems. So we're going to have to be prepared for that. We got to go out to them to play on Saturday, which is also another factor. So, there's a lot of challenge, but again, like we talked about at the beginning of the season, we want to be, if that's the level we want to be at, then that's the level we need to be at. So it should be a good test for us. It should be an exciting competitive game that we're looking forward to.
Do you have any past history with this team in regards to playing them? You could recall.
Last time we played them was in 2022.
Yep.
2020. Yeah, 2022 in the semifinals for the state Vogue was the last time we played them. They came here,
Yep.
And that was a really good game that we were able to come out on top of. So I'm sure they haven't forgotten that.
Yeah.
But again, they're big, they're physical, they're well coached. They're going to be a good team in Division 5, which is a division up from us. So it's going to be a challenge. But again, if that's where you want to be, then that's where you need to be. So we're excited for the opportunity to compete.
You've never shied away from a challenge, Coach, which I like that about you, and that is indicative of your schedule this year. Like you said, there's no easy week. So again, this is pure teaching mode. Your kids will be ready. Let's talk a little bit about some of the players that may have shown you some great promise, and you're just seeing that development happen. And again, I know you have a lot of them, and I know you can't talk about every one of them, but let's talk about some key success players.
Yeah, so from the last game, I mean, it's mostly on defense, but I would say, Cam Rockwood played really well. He's a sophomore who we put in a position as a safety, and he had the pick six.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing really well. Trevor Rose is another kid who at playing safety, comes up, hits. Kathleen Adams is doing a great job at linebacker. Cole Going, Santiago at D-line, playing really well. So again, I think, defensively we're right there. I think our defense is playing really well. I think kids are stepping up. They're having fun. They're playing fast. They're not thinking. They're being physical, which is all great. So I think, like I said, I mean, I'm not discouraged by the last game. I think our defense played really well against a really good offense. We have a lot of growth that we need to do. We got to get a lot better. We got to coach better. But I think we're taking steps in the right direction. So I think a lot of kids defensively showed promise, and offensively they're right there. They're right there. They just got to have a buy into a system of belief that that they can do it. And again, it's watching film from last week, it's not, you don't watch it going, oh man, shoot, we were totally out. I mean, our kids are right there. So we just got to take that next step and we'll be good to go.
I love that. And that's the heart of a teacher inside of you right there. And that's what great coaches are all about, because you take every moment as a teachable moment. You help kids grow and you help them make decisions to be even better the next time that they have to do something. So well done there. Hey, so there we go. Saturday, what time Saturday?
So it's 1:00 on Saturday at Northeast Metro, which I believe is in Wakefield. So it's a little bit of a trip. But again, when Rick and I put the schedule together, one of the things that we have struggled with in the past is travel. When if we get to a state playoff situation, like travel is a part of it now with the statewide format. So unless you're one of those top 8 seeds, which in Division 6, which might be, up there with some of the most competitive divisions that there are, you're probably going to travel. Yep. So, learning how to travel and figuring out like how to best prepare for those situations, that's part of it for us. So, when we got Northeast on the schedule, I was excited about it because it adds another piece that we can learn from. So it is a little bit of a trip, but again, the kids benefit from support and from fans. So if you can make it out Saturday at 1:00, that would be great.
There you go, right there from the coach's mouth. Well, listen, Coach, we wish you the best luck as always. I'm sure you guys will serve the field and do the things you're supposed to do well and make us proud as you always do. So right there, 1:00 on Saturday out in Wakefield. You get a chance to get out to watch. Other than that, have a great week, everybody. Coach, good luck to you and your team. And bring it home Saturday. Do the best you can.
Thank you.
You got it.